With Epic Games finally returning to office after their summer break, with Summer Escape ending tomorrow at 9 AM ET on July 18, it's safe to say they've come back with a bang from what they've just revealed about the Season 4 Battle Pass, map changes, events and creatures or bosses, on top of our first look at the brand new character, which is the most important so far that we've seen in the storyline that you won't want to miss out on, so stick around with me for 480 to 600 seconds, being the full length of this video. It would put a giant smile on my face and cheer up Charlie the Charcoal Pug if you could enter code FM1 inside the Fortnite item shop right now. Literally, I believe one of the shortest codes to enter, and it greatly supports us and the channel. Last video I asked you guys to name this emote, and here's a ton of hearted comments on screen right now that got it right. This now, however, is our new emote, so let me know what this is down below in the comments, and if you get it right and your comment gets hearted, it could be showed on screen in the next video. And considering we're incredibly close to 2.55 million subscribers, whilst you're clicking buttons, hit the button, turn on all notifications. After all, it only benefits you, as we do try and give different subscribers every single day, with proof for that on screen right now. Diving straight into it all before we move on to the Season 4 stuff, with Epic Games just returning back from office. Of course, that means perhaps when you're watching this video, literally just after I upload, the Summer Escape event concludes on July 18th at 9 AM Eastern Time. This means none of the free rewards, including the Nana Buddy back bling, are no longer available. Whether it's completing the quest to earn free rewards or being subscribed to the Fortnite crew now, it will not give you this little back bling. It doesn't mean to say it's never going to return though, because as we know, crew skins or anything in the crew packs can return at a later date. Right now we're officially halfway through Chapter 4 Season 3, as you can see on screen, 50% complete, with only 39 days remaining until August 25th at 2 AM ET, when we're going to be going into a downtime without a live event, considering, you know, we've said in other videos, in the Season 3 of a chapter or over the summer period, we don't see anything in relation to the story. Without getting too ahead of ourselves, speaking of downtimes though, 25.20, the second to last update of Chapter 4 Season 3, has been added onto the staging servers, meaning, as data miners previously speculated, it would be upcoming on the 25th of July, this update, as they've now only just got back off vacation, which gives them a week to obviously be back in office before releasing. This will be going ahead the initial intended release date, I'm guessing, the 25th of July 2023. This of course will be adding more skins into the files, but speaking of skins already in there that are set to release still that nobody's talking about, a collaboration with Elder Scrolls Online. Sheena initially stated on July 13th, Elder Scrolls collab information. The Epic Games Store was updated a few seconds ago, and it is now confirmed that TES Online will be available for free on July 20th. The collaboration set within Fortnite should be available at the same time. He then followed up a day later saying, update, Epic Games has removed the traces of Elder Scrolls Online from their storefront. It likely was meant to be a surprise announcement. Personally, I would still expect it to be available July 20th. Fortnite collaboration around the same time most likely. So many people were talking about this over on Twitter and social media, speculating if it was going to be a free skin if the game was completely free, and it looks like Epic Games has heard our cries out, considering this summer update wasn't to match any of the others, and are giving us a free skin or the opportunity to get it with this collaboration launching. As Not Jules Dev stated, Epic heard our backlash. The free Elder Scrolls Online offer was updated today to now include the collaboration skin, which is the full set on screen right now. Whether we just get the skin and back bling instead of the harvesting tool and other cosmetics, I guess we're yet to know, but of course we'll find out very shortly. Of course, the only thing we'd be waiting on after that, July 25th, when the update happens also, is the final update, version 25.30 of Chapter 4 Season 3, unless in 25.20 they add another update into the game's API or coding. 25.30 will be releasing either a week or 2 weeks after 25.20, of course, because it does end again on August 25th this season. Of course, with us not getting too much of a storyline shown through map changes or even a live event, we haven't literally seen one since the collision that was worthy of being called a live event anyways, as Fracture was literally a minigame and a cinematic. For this reason, of course, for those that have been following along with the quest to get XP, we've had voice recordings basically displaying or telling us everything that's currently going on in the background. Dr. Sloan has a new mission now from the original Imagined Order, wants to get this apparatus working so she can perhaps look into a different reality, or should I say approaching enemy, which Optimus Prime warns us about being formidable enemies, meaning ones with power that we've perhaps even seen before to be noted of, as they've detected that the power that once flowed through this island has grown weak, meaning the 0 point that literally flowed through it, pulling it all together, all the terrain from different realities into one. Of course, the Chapter 4 Season 4 update is version 26, being the 26th season of Fortnite, after 25.30 being the last one of this season, which, despite seeing annual chapters, apparently is not the last one of Chapter 4 according to G-Matrix Games, as we have 2 more seasons, with 28.00 being Chapter 5 Season 1, meaning 27 the version of Fortnite. The 27th season is Chapter 4 Season 5 perhaps, or maybe even the LEGO collaboration update, you know, as big as a season, so they've literally just put another full version in the files like they would as if it were a brand new one. The only way they can fit 2 more seasons in after August 25th anyways, if they're going with these annual chapters like the transition from Chapter 3 to Chapter 4, is by having shorter seasons, as we typically see an 80 to 90 day or even beyond that season of Fortnite every every time. If Chapter 4 Season 4 were 50 days long, this would land on October 14th, and then once Chapter 4 Season 5 started 50 days onward from that, this would leave us early December like the release of the last 2 chapters. It's either 2 smaller seasons or 1 slightly longer one. Let me know what you prefer down below in the comments. After all, we know they've already been working on the live event, or should I say the finale of this chapter. After all, with us initially getting confused about them working on the live event for last season, codenamed Jurian, this was the one for the end of the chapter being scheduled for later this year, which initially was in November but has now been moved to early December. As you can see on screen, the last event of Chapter 4 will be the event codenamed Jurian. The event has various animations both in lobby and in-game, kinda like we see for when we actually go into these limited time event-based modes, as they have their own unique entrance. The event should be on December 2nd, and it will have some kind of black hole at the end, fixed downtime longer than not only an update downtime, but a season transition downtime, as it's a brand new island we're going to be seeing. Here's what the playlist currently looks like right now, and hopefully we get something again better than Fracture being minigames and a cinematic to watch, if they've literally been working on it months in advance. After all, it's on their must-succeed initiatives list alongside the LEGO collaboration, which makes me believe also that this LEGO collaboration is version 28 instead of a brand new season. If the next season is the last one of this chapter, like Season 4 was the last season of Chapter 3, I'm hoping we see introduced, just like the Herald and the Cube Queen in the final season of each prior chapter we have seen, this brand new character that Firemonkey revealed, as Epic Games revealed some concept early artwork of, well, a brand new Last Reality member, perhaps being the most powerful we're yet to see. It started out with this thread, Fortnite official concept thread. Over on ArtStation was a huge list of art by Matt Law that hasn't been spread too much around yet. I thought I'd share it here. Despite showing different and alternate versions to the Cube Queen that we've already mentioned, this skin caught my eye, and everybody's over on Twitter that literally everyone's going on about right now, called the General, as it not only gives leader vibes from the overall look at it, which we're going to get back to in just a second as to what he could be in terms of a character, but on the right hand side these symbols add up to a total of 7, which make players believe, despite these being the alternate styles kinda looking like Thanos, that this is one of the changed members of the 7 that Amy was going on about. After of course being consumed in the Chrome, and the most likely one this could be, as we only saw the Visitor, the Origin and the Scientist get turned into Chrome within this trailer, is the Scientist from this comparison on screen right now. This looks freakishly similar, and don't forget, if the next season is the last of this chapter, we're going to be seeing Fortnite mares within it, so what better season to have the changed members of the 7 now actually come back. As Raxblade tweeted me on Twitter, me when we see the corrupt 7 members before this year's Fortnite mares, and despite the voice recording I played of Amy saying they're all different now, she also stated, as he attached an image in this tweet, it sculpts his existence anew, a fate darker than the worst imaginable, referring to the Scientist. Of course she's talking about the Scientist. He literally constructed or made or brought her into existence as kind of a conscious robot, which potentially looks like this on the Fortnite surveys, which could be another Battle Pass skin. There's 8 total, remember, and we do typically see one of these as a collab skin, whether it be level 100 or the unlockable one halfway through a season like Paradise Meowscles. Even if we don't see the General next season as a Battle Pass skin, and we do later down the line, kind of what happened with the Foundation after him being revealed in the Chapter 2 Season 6 cinematic trailer. He then only got introduced for the first time in Chapter 3 Season 1 as the unlockable skin. I'm hoping we see him in the live event, potentially visiting the island in the Cradle ship. Our first look at this was in the Chapter 2 end event, of course, through this portal into another reality filled with motherships, so that it's so much bigger than in itself compared to it right now on the right hand side, next to also Reality Zero. Obviously the biggest thing we've seen prior to this in Fortnite's realm anyways, or looking from Fortnite's realm should I say, into a different one, is Galactus. So maybe in fashion of him next season we see a giant star in the sky approaching this starless void more so closely, which then results in a chapter ending event with the Cradle destroying this island, but perhaps some people surviving and going on to the Chapter 5 map. Either way, just for reference, how big the Cradle ship actually is, and yes, we know it to be called the Cube Cradle, as this is the name of this loading screen. Not only is it powered up by several of the gold cubes that we saw on the Chapter 2 Season 8 island, but here is a scale reference next to Galactus of how much bigger the Cube Cradle ship is. Honestly, this is like literally, if Chapter 5's island and what we play on is inside the Cradle ship that they've manufactured the Last Reality, I'm about to go insane. But it's safe to say this may not be the only threat afoot, as Fortnite with this concept art that got revealed actually showed off what they had intended for Chapter 3 even, and as you can see in this frozen ice location there seems to be a Kraken creature, which of course has been speculated or even clickbaited to be upcoming since the beginning of Fortnite Battle Royale by by many YouTubers, almost the OG baited Fortnite live event. Drop a like if you'd like this to be integrated sensibly into the storyline, and subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on so that you don't miss any future uploads. But don't forget to enter code FM1 once again, as we had some complications with the code and had to get it changed, but now it's changed back to the original. Whilst you wait for the very next video I do publish on the channel, and perhaps watch this one I picked out for you on screen right now.